We have seen European Central Bank slashing down the interest rates.
So let Trump test his own medicine.
Other countries are cutting interest rates. They are seeing what is happening, but he's very slow even to react.
When people are afraid of getting into the market, get into the market.
Plan your trade, trade your plan. Simple.
Whether you are selling or buying, the main point of this is to make the money.
And those what we call position traders.
I still have something to ask.
Is it also tough like
about Trump? Welcome to another powerful episode where we decode market moves. An episode where we break noise in the market and we bring real traders' insight on the table. Today, it is another day that we are talking about new updates from the financial market. And I'm joined by three seasoned traders who are going to help us dissect it so that you as a forex trader, you benefit. Sharrifah, you're welcome to BLOCFIA Africa.
Thank you.
Rukundo Semu, you're most welcome to BLOCFIA Africa.
Thank you.
Kiyonga Bashir, most welcome to BLOCFIA Africa.
Thank you, Mr. Julius.
All right. My name is Julius Kamukama. I'm your host. We witnessed this week 3 or 4 major things that you would want us to share so that you, as a forex trader, you benefit as much as you can. We witnessed President Trump hosting a visit with El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele. That is his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to know what was the intention of the visit. It's not only that, but also we have seen European Central Bank slashing down the interest rates. How does this affect the forex market so that you as a trader, you also benefit out of that? We also witnessed gold making, again, moves, surging over from what we are expecting. I want to start with one of the key points that happened not only this week, but throughout this year. And these forex traders will help us dissect it. We witnessed President Donald Trump when he was welcomed back into politics. A lot of people celebrated his victory. They celebrated, and more especially forex traders and the cryptocurrency traders. But now, a lot of traders are the same people who are complaining of losing money. They are blowing accounts after accounts. And actually, most of them have declared themselves to be broke because of Trump. Why do you think this is happening? What is behind it? And what should be done for these forex traders to keep themselves into safe zone?
Okay. First of all, as we said, the fear of Trump, Sharrifah, is the
fear of
Trump is the beginning
of risk management. Actually, as we said, or as we know, Trump is very controversial. Ye muntu ayogera kineno leero, then tomorrow he says this, and he's unpredictable. Everyone, when you have 2 bad things, you pick on the best bad, at least something which is better than the. When you look at the presidents or the contestants which were there for President of America, I think Trump was better than Harris Camera. So everyone saw Trump as a redeemer from the sleepy America which was there. And they decided, at least they thought he would revamp the economy. So they were celebrating. They knew that at least wajabera vote it in the market. They could. It had already happened before in 2017. So they thought it would be a better market this time. But as you know, when you go into the market, ngatomanyi what will happen, the uncertainty, vote it will always wipe you out. If you're on the wrong side of the market, you can be wiped out anytime. Yes.
You see, Mr. Julius, they say even a fool in a bull market can make money. But when the market is chaotic, that's when we see we differentiate men from boys.
Okay.
They say in a bull market, even a fool can make money. But when the market is chaotic, it's when you differentiate boys from men. Why am I saying that? Before Trump, the market was settled. Everyone with his ICT was making money. Everyone with his supported resistance was making money. But do you know, this time, we men, we are also making money. We are not thinking with those boys. Why? Because there is a lot of things you have to follow to be a professional trader. Stay on the top. Not everyone that kicks the ball is a footballer. Everyone can kick a ball. Everyone can say that I'm a trader. But can you play it on a professional level? It's what we are talking about today. Professionals are not losing money because at first they have a good risk management. They have the plan they follow. They have studied the market. They have seen it all. Now for me, the time I've spent in the market, I've seen bull runs. I've seen when the market is sinking. See, for example, Bitcoin from 50,000 to almost 10,000. When people they are saying it is going to zero. But for us, because we had studied the market, we mastered this game. By that time, we were buying. When the time came of the bull run, we are making money. That means we are different from the boys. So in your question, you are supposed to say, why are the boys losing money now?
Not the traders.
Not the traders. We are not losing money because we do our things on a professional level. This is the business we are in. We eat, jet dreaming every day. So in that chaotic, by the way, me, I'm always happy when the market is chaotic because I can say, I know my boys who don't use stop loss. They are thinking now, God help me. At least we come here, half I will go with that. But you can't survive with that. Okay. So the boys are losing money. So maybe you can.
Why do you think that those on whom we are calling boys, they are losing money, and those who call themselves to be men, they are making money?
Maybe what I can say about that, I have my friend, he likes saying this thing, that if you cannot stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Kakati, with President Donald Trump himself, he's a market maker or a market mover, just like his colleague, Elon Musk. I think I'm going to buy the dollar. You're going to see the dollar rallying up like crazy. Then just a statement yokayoke mala. So just like Mr. Bashir said, volatility is very good in the market. Actually, me, I enjoy volatility because I make my technical analysis within 1-2 minutes. I'm going to be out of the market and very satisfied with what I've got. Kati, the boys, they tend to be like baberanga bakatulicha. I'm not offending, like bwechali, bwechiriba, emirembe n'emirembe, amina. But gone are the days. You have to change with the trend. However much your mate had told you the trend is your friend, but please don't try to act like golola. You see the market is bearish, and you're like, me am golola, kaino kudayo kuambuka. No. So study your technical analysis very well, including the fundamentals, because these days akatale kano kafugibwa the fundamentals. So study your fundamentals, study your technicals. Then if the market is bearish, they were full of golola. Go with the trend. If the market has given you signs that we are going up, definitely go with the trend. Okay. So I think oralero ngenda kuva mukubera omukazi, I also become a man because I'm part of the men who are making money from the current forex market, the way it as chaotic as it is. Actually, in the Kanyumidanyu.
Yeah, by the way, Mr. Julius, in the chaotic market, if you're greedy, first of all, if you're greedy in this moment, you lose money because you can make money and then lose it all. And if you can't control yourself, ngatoina trading plan, however much I want to make this certain amount, you can just know if I make, probably for me, I do 2 trades a day. When call a London session, if I'm stepped out, probably I'll leave for the day. If I make some money in the London session, I'm likely to take a trade in the New York session. So that is my plan. Sigenda kukola revenge trading. I can't be greedy at this moment because the market can take even the little you have made. Literally, I would tell. I think because when you look at gold, let me give an example. As I've said, if you're on the right side, you can make money. Anyone can make money here, but also anyone can lose money. There is a video I saw, I think last week, of someone saying all traders are becoming broke. And there is also someone who said he lost 80,000 in one day in options. And options are losing value, options in stock market. So literally, you can see that it's not only those who don't know how to trade, even the hedge funds are being liquidated. Hedge funds, they have been over-leveraged. Ntivali ku-leverage ya wagulu nyo say they are trying to deleverage their positions. Ezimu tebakyasobola na kuhedginga lwaki nti tebakyalina liquidity. Akatale kabakutana where. So, because we've seen the stock market fall, I think the biggest fall in one day. Twalabyeko abadde bagoberera stock market ndoza, is it Nvidia? It is a tech company. It dropped 18% in one day. That is the biggest drop ever.
Too big.
You see, Mr. Julius,
18% in a stock.
You see, Mr. Julius, they are like me. The way I understand the market, there are three types of the market. We have a trending market, we have a ranging market, we have what we call a choppy market. A choppy market, it is when the market is not having a direction. It's moving anywhere.
It has no kind of a structure.
It can go up, it can go down. Like the other time when we were talking about gold, the same candles going up and down, they are making over 1,000 pips in the same candle. That means the market is choppy. When the market is choppy, you have to go and do other things. The whole of this week, I didn't trade. Why? I was doing other things because the market is choppy. For me, I trade the trending market. I trade the ranging market. But the boys, why can't you find to be?
Let me ask you a question. Because you've repeated that several times. You say there are boys and there are men. What makes you to stand out as a man, not a boy? And what makes the other guys who are called boys?
It is exactly the thing that I'm explaining to you now. Because me, I'm a man. I don't trade the choppy market. That's why I didn't trade this week. Because boys, they think every day is a trading day. Every day I have to make money and I go at home. They don't know that even when you don't trade, it is the best trading day. Yes. Because you have saved what you have. By the way, what you are looking in the market, it is not money. What you have, it is the money. So before you do anything, you must run to protect what you have. Just like Mohammed, it's very clear. Run when to go to fish. Yigarira ogenda okukora ko fishing. Omanyi mbazungu fishing si mulimo gw'abavu ngeno Africa. Bogamba ndi muvubi. Bakusekerera. But run when to go.
Bakulabanga akole ekintu kyekinaku.
So we like traders, run out to go to play golf. Run out to go on vacation with your family. And you settle down. Because that chaotic time, it is going to move away and the market will be trending. That guy who lost 8,000 in what? In auction. Option will not be trading by that time. But me, a man who stayed away from the market because I know the market is chaotic now, it is time to go do fishing, play golf, go on vacation. I will come back with my $8,000 and I will start trading. Do you think I will be losing money or I will be making money?
The same guy.
That is the difference between the boys.
The same guy. Yes, the same guy decided to confess on video that he will never be a trader again because he was quitting and coming back after losing that 80,000. He's not poor, but it was part of the saving he had, and on his account was left with 2,000. So him and the wife decided to put a confession that I'll never be a trader again. So he quit trading after losing that. So Probably if you're a trader, you have to know the seasonality. It is very, very crucial to know what is happening in the market. Yeah, the market can be trending. We can see gold making 1,000 pips in one day. For example, last Wednesday, on 9th and this Wednesday, these are the biggest candles on gold. The biggest candles ever. Like making over 1,020 pips in just one day. That is amazing. Almost 3% on gold. But that move could have been that even there is a selling moment, selling candles of maybe 200 pips. Understand? Just a rejection of 200 or 300 pips in the same candle, which moved up 1,000 pips.
And you see, Mr. Julius, the thing that controls the market are three things. But very many traders, they don't run from them.
What are they?
Fear, greed, and panic. If you can't control that, you'll never be a successful trader. And not everyone can control it. By the way, not everyone can be a trader. You can say, I am, but are you making money? We know traders are the ones that extract money from the market. Bashir, you call them what? Those
you say everyone cannot be a trader.
Everyone can kick a ball, but everyone can't play football on a professional level.
Do you mean traders are born?
No.
Someone said traders are born, not created.
By the way, that topic is wide.
But not everyone is a trader, actually, because the way you react to someone smashed everything. The whole station.
Actually, I saw someone, he had his trading section to the house. After losing the money, he smashed every single item he had in the house.
Mr. Julius, you have asked that question is very good. It is very good. You know, Richard Dennis is one of the greatest traders in the history. He wrote a book called The Complete Turtle Trader. It explains all your question. Because for him, he was correcting the mechanical, the lawyer, everyone in his department. Then he corrected them in one hole. Then he started teaching them trading, and all of them became successful. So everyone can be a successful trader, yes, but have you landed on the right person? If you land on the right person, it will be easy for you to be a successful trader. But if you land on the wrong person, there are those habits that will become chronic. And if you even feel pity, if you have never learned anything on trading, stick here, because for us, you will not get those chronic habits from those other traders, because when the habit is already chronic, it will be hard for you to quit. That's why people are addicted on some things. So everyone can be a trader. Everyone can make money in the market when you run on a right person
who can mentor you
properly. Exactly. Because go and read the book which is called The Complete Turtle Trader by Richard Dennis. It will explain everything you will know. Don't quit your job if you want to quit, but run on the right person who will give you the right information so that you can make money in this market.
Do you guys do mentorship?
Yes, we do mentorship. Because a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. But for just because you're looking for light, don't just go and put it anywhere, because they say you need light again. The candle will melt. You get the point.
Okay.
So it is the same thing that Mr. Rukundo was saying. Go to the right people. They mentor you the right way. And BLOCFI, I think it should be your number one choice, because at least I'm here. I was also mentored by Mr. Julius Kamukama in BLOCFI. So I think if you come to me for mentorship, definitely I'll give you what these other gentlemen have. So we do mentorship because we were mentored by the right people. And that's why we are able to make money from this chaotic market right now. We know when to enter and when to exit. And before I conclude on this matter, I want to tell my fellow traders, don't just, if you cannot see or predict where you're going to get out of a trade, then don't take that trade. Because trading is not all about pressing a buy and a sell. Know when to enter and where you're going to exit from.
Yeah, true.
So if you are not successful and want to become a successful trader, they have said stick to BLOCFIAFRICA so that they can mentor you and By the way, they are mentored mentors. And if you be mentored by mentored mentors, there will be a difference. I am not yet done with the issue of Donald Trump. We have had Biden in office. Why didn't it happen during that era of Biden? But it's happening now. What do you think Donald Trump is doing? Do you think he's manipulating the market? To some point.
To some point. Of course, our politicians baneno babera ne senene nnyo mu katale. They have a lot they can do. But literally, Trump came with a strategic plan which had not been used for over centuries, maybe, years in America. Like he wants to bring back that glory of America. And the policies he's putting up in Zogamba, they are very, very harsh. It's Tarrifs. Those are very, very harsh policies, monetary policies. Ekyokubiri, engeri ye gyakolamu ebintu Donald Trump, biri ali obangambe bully. If he wants something, toja mbulira. Recently, yabadde agamba he wants interest rates to be cut. If the economy is to follow this byali mukola, interest rates is ino kubeera once. That is the norm. Naye yagambye he will fire. Bolaba tweet ye yagambye Jerome Powell is very, very slow. I know kubeera nga ali fired kubanga tasobola goberera tamanyiddi nti other countries are cutting interest rates. They are seeing what is happening, but he's very slow even to react. He's always behind. He should be fired as soon as ye yagambye, according to tweet, tamanyi na this soon weruyina kubeera. So he must be fired.
By the way, on that issue, Mr. Julius, by the way, I love Trump so much. He said in the time of George Bush, Russia took Georgia. In the time of Obama, Russia took
everything.
Crimea. But in the time of Biden, Russia is taking everything, and even Biden can't say that they are taking them.
He can't say that they are taking everything.
When the Biden came in the office, when you are coming, like in America, you have what we call manifesto. What are you going to do so that we can vote you? So when the time of Biden, when he came for him, he was in different sectors. For example, health, what and what. Those things, they can't move the market. But when Trump was showing his manifesto, he was talking about tariffs. Tariffs, they can affect the market 90%. So his manifesto with the one of Biden, they were totally different. That's why in the time of Trump, the market is chaotic because his manifesto is tackling on the very, very important issues that moves the market, like tariffs.
And employment, borders. You see, he's talking about closing borders. Most of the American workforce is being facilitated by these immigrants who are coming in from maybe Mexico, from different countries. And now if he says that we have to scan people who are coming in, we have to deport over millions of illegal immigrants. So that means agenda causing moves more employment sector. And it is one of the movers of the market. Kati byonna byayogerako, it is like the heart of the economy.
Because it is in his manifesto. He planned it when he was coming. It is not because he planned it. It was his target so that the voters that can vote him. And that's why they voted him, because his plan and his manifesto can change the economy of America. And when we talk about the economy of America, US dollar, it is the one that drives everything in the market. That's why the market is going wild.
Okay. Now, for the benefit and for the sake of our viewer, how should a forex trader who is viewing us right now use the Trump's manifesto to approach the market so that they stop losing the money?
But why are you asking us tough questions?
The fear of Trump is the beginning of risk management. First of all, omuntu yenna kyalina otunuulira. Noonya where you can anchor yourself. Know that you can lose money right now. Whatever is happening, by the way, according to the data, unemployment, inflation, whatever production is normal. It is normal as it has been. Even the unemployment rates are going down. The employment numbers are, if you look at NFP this month, it is good. The numbers are good. It has not been, even when they asked Jerome Paul, he said, we haven't seen tariffs affect the economy. Maybe later. And the data suggests that inflation is going down. Employment is good, is doing well. So if we are, but the chaos which is happening now, it's about the media mainly. They are anticipating what will happen. That maybe when you bring this will happen. And the market is always faster. It reacts on rumors. We say buy rumors and sell the news. You understand that?
By the way, to answer your question, Mr. Julius,
Okay.
it is very simple to answer it, according to me.
But
Because we
tough.
have, it is very tough, by the way.
But is it?
But because we run this market and we digested it to the extent of not failing to answer any question. We have types of traders. We have scalper. Those who can enter in 3 seconds is already away. He was up in the morning, Saga in the evening, his blind man, they took all I made. Then we have what we call the trader, where I fall. Okay. We wait for 2 hours, 3 hours, we take our trade, we move away. Then we have what we call swing traders. Then we have those people who invest for long term, like Warren Buffett, what we call position traders. By the way, you learned very well. You know everything. So, me, the advice, the people that can make money in this case we are in are those what we call position traders. Because for me, the way I'm predicting this, if it goes according to the plan, Trump is going to win. If Trump wins, that means the economy of America will be boosting. And when the economy of America is boosting, the stocks of the USA, they will be going up. So if I'm a position trader, I start buying stocks.
If you're a position trader.
Yes, position trader, you can start buying. I'm not a finance advisor, but the one predicting.
It's a disclaimer.
By the way, in market, you have to put the money that you are willing to lose.
Yeah,
You remember the money we lost in that coin? It was what?
The
That
FTX.
No, what coin is Jevajira? It was which coin?
It was FTX.
Solana?
This and not Solana. You know, coin
The guy called me in the morning. Nanga Rukundo, first check on your account. I had like a thousand that they need. Check on the account. It's zero name for that. Where did my money? When you call Kabasi, I the one who has removed the money. Nanga, do I have your password? We lost it all. So what I'm saying,
you can lose all.
What I'm saying, you can lose everything you have ever owned. But now, if you are willing to risk what you can lose.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, someone who is going to buy the stocks of the USA is having higher chances of winning because it is hard for America to always go on the side of big boys.
By the way, even that is what Trump was saying, that the market will always shake up when you bring new policies. It will always shake up. Some people who are skeptical, the news will report what they want. And people have got, for him, he says these people who are reporting false news, whatever. So he's saying that people will report this is the chance to beat Trump, but in the end he will win. And he was saying that the market got the biggest move ever in one day. I think that was last week on Wednesday.
Wednesday and Thursday.
The stock market has the biggest candle which has ever moved when he posed the tariffs. He said that we know the market will move. That is no contest. No contest. The market will move, but when to move, he doesn't know. But the Trump effect, he says it will. Kati omuntu amanye okwe positioninga, you just know when to buy. Use your technical. When you look at different assets right now, as we said in Nvidia, people are saying it is like buying, those who bought Solana, for us who are in cryptocurrency.
It was Solana.
Solana dropped, but there is another one which went,
Bitcoin.
but Solana collapsed from $100 to $12. Then it went back to almost $500. That is, people are comparing buying Nvidia and the stock market right now as that time. So as Warren Buffett says, be fearful when everyone is
in
like everyone is greedy, and be greedy when everyone is fearful.
Exactly. That is what we say: fear, greed, and panic. When they are panicking,
For
let
you,
them buy. Panic when they are fearful. Start buying. That's what I was saying when the Bitcoin was going down
to 10,000.
10,000. People were buying, like the president of El Salvador. They were buying. Even that guy is also bullish in the market. He's a big guy in the market, especially in the crypto market. He was started buying. Now Bitcoin, by the time it landed in 100, the economy of the country, even he had put over 30%, isn't it? Of the economy of the what? Of El Salvador. He made a lot of money. He started mining Bitcoin using volcano what? Energy.
To make this clear, when people are afraid of getting into the market, get into the market. And when people are too greedy to go into the market, keep yourself away from the market. This will keep you safe. You might not lose the money if you use that kind of idea they have just said. I still have
Mr.
a
Julius,
concern.
a disclaimer. We are not financial advisors.
Oh, they are not financial advisors.
We are not giving you financial advice, but for education.
For
But
the
if
sake
you
of
have to buy
education.
the stocks, buy them as long as you are willing to lose the money. You are what?
Actually, there's a time.
Well,
There's a time when Mr. Bashir told me something that is back in 2019. Bitcoin was around 4,000, and he said we were at Boulevard. I don't know whether you remember. Julius, can you buy Bitcoin? Then I bought Bitcoin.
You bought Bitcoin by that time.
By that time,
you are rich.
wait. I'm coming to the point where I'm going to prove that I'm not rich.
Maybe you are not rich.
I used 1.2 Uganda shilling, and then I bought some Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin dropped from 4 to 3,600. I have ever seen Bitcoin at $3,600, and I bought it. I bought it at 4. When it dropped to 3,600, I was like, no, I'm not going to wait until I use all my money. Let me sell off what I have. He's the same guy who sent me fiat money, and I sent the Bitcoin. I don't know.
If for him, he kept the Bitcoin.
I don't know where
I'm a trader, not investor.
you can
By the way,
imagine.
I told people that one day you tell someone that I saw Bitcoin at 10,000,
Man,
and they say, "How much do you have now?"
But
Oh,
even our sons are going to pray mass. That we were there when Bitcoin was on
at
4,000.
100.
But
Even
what
at
I can do, I
100.
can also give him some money. You go and buy Bitcoin now. After losing it all, I will explain to him. That's why I did all this up today.
kati ebyo byonna mu katale bibeeramu
True.
okwambuka okukiira bibeeramu. It's just you to know how you position yourself into the market to keep yourself safe. I still have something to ask
Is it also tough like the rest ones?
about Trump. He came up with a good manifesto which we thought that is going to push a US economy up. But now we are witnessing dollar index dropping. Why is it happening?
Okay.
Remember that his manifesto is to revamp
The dollar.
the dollar. But instead of revamping it, it is dipping. Why is that happening?
Until you say, okay.
Currently, what I'm seeing is I think Trump is being trapped in his own trap. Omanyi bakugamba like osima ekinnya naddala abayizi n'omusajja aleka yayiggako osima ekinnya ogoba ensolo because alina ekiwago so kati ogigoba eddeeri mu kinnya naye ate you end up being like you fall into your trap. So it is what is happening to Trump right now because China yagiteekako actually as we talk right now Tarrifs ziri ku 145%.
not
between-
245.
between the US and China.
Yes. Last week zali 125. So right now zili 145.
I think previously, a few nights back, they announced 245. China and US.
Yeah,
Eh.
yes.
Auntie,
So-
you see, Mr. Julius, when you are planting like beans, you have your basin of beans. When you go and you start planting it in the soil, in actual sense, you have lost the basin of beans. Are you okay? But after planting them, we are doing what we call, it is also a gambling. You throw it there, it can come a big storm, you lose them all. But when you succeed, you will have very many basins of beans. I think now the market stocks or a dollar index is sinking for now because of Trump's policy, but there is higher chances of it going up, and it's going to go up for a long period of time. Is now planting the beans in the soil.
So you
But we
mean-
don't know what will come out, but there is higher chances.
You mean that dip is short term,
Exactly.
and
me,
then
according
there's a
to
long
me.
term revamp of the
Exactly.
economy.
But before we see, over, actually we are just hoping that maybe the dollar will rise again. But right now, because as per this week, the dollar has been ranging between the support of 98 and resistance of 100. So area wakati it is swinging tesalawo. But the mere fact namely breaking at the support of 98, it is more likely because that right now we are wary, it is a historical pivotal support for 10 years.
For 10 years.
10 years, that's why it is right now. So era abatrader bambagamba eri ku crossroad tenasalawo which side to go.
Exactly.
But the moment it goes down, tugenda giraba nga ekkirira paka mu 95.
The moment it goes below that pivot point.
Yes, that pivotal support right now where it will continue sinking to 95, if not 92. Trump ali trumped in his own category because yali ayagala okulumya China, but China right now it is selling its goods to other countries. Actually, he's trying also to force other countries to reject China's
doing business with China.
Exactly.
And we are in the economical war.
Yes, so, but of course, these other countries cannot survive ngate things from China. And also, what are the other factor why the dollar is sinking? China has been the greatest importer. Like it gets, America has been exporting its grains, the meat, soybeans
so
to
exporting
China.
to China.
Exactly.
So you think, if according to you think dollar index is going to sink forever?
Not forever, but it is still sinking. Of course,
So you're
it
going
will
with
gain.
my idea is planting the beans now.
No, I'm not going to.
right now he's losing. By the way,
And you
No,
first
no.
lose to win.
of course, we've seen this going on. It is not just the start. It has been there. These countries wanted to de-dollarization of the economy. China has been one of the greatest buyers of gold, and Russia and these other Asian countries. So maybe Trump didn't plan this, that maybe it could backfire at a certain point. But we know when he put the tariffs, China, of course, has the biggest portion of the US Treasury. Yesinga okubeera ne Treasury enyingi mugondi. When China started selling the bonds, the US, it's like someone is you give your money to America to keep for you, or you're lending America, and then you give them he gives you a IOU or a memorandum of understanding. That is the treasury bond generally, that you're demanding me. So when someone comes that you give me back my money, it's like you have to sell your own currency to get the other person's currency. So now seeing that China is selling off the US treasury bonds, it's now means that the dollar is losing value because it is on a sale. And another thing, as they have said, that China is working with everyone, with Europe, with Russia. When you look at, he's exporting almost everything with Russia. even to the fact that China sends soldiers and military equipments to Russia. When you look at the news that they have been killing Chinese soldiers from Ukraine, most of them. So China is everywhere. As he thought that when you put tariffs or when you go into, because now this is a war of two countries, the greatest countries. We know China is now according to the GDP, it is now the number 2. When you
number 2 to the US.
The US. When you go head to head with China, you have to face the consequences. And these are the consequences. But technically, we are reaching on the weekly support levels. He said the pivotal level. We think we could see some fundamentals which could revamp
but
the dollar.
Me, I'm on the side of USA. There is a saying which says, "He who roughs roughs best." I know. Let us keep this record for the future.
Before he
I
laughs
know
last.
USA will rough rust.
Before he laughs last, the dollar is still sinking because even the economy, these are retailers, bakola business in America. Talk about Walmart, talk about
Tesco.
Yeah, they are being affected in this trade war that is going on right now because akatale kabwa kali kasinga kali China, and because of the tariffs and everything, China is no longer taking their products because they are expensive for them. So Trump is actually kanyumira no kunyumira. The more I see the dollar going down, the more I enjoy. Yes. Because toyinza kuddira musajja munno n'omuyisanga oba ekyokutale.
So you already have decided in this economic
person has to fight.
Which pair do you trade?
I trade gold last week or this week. Munansonyi mukogera last week because for a trader, Friday closes the week. Yeah. But for this week that is closing, I've traded only 2 pairs. That is GJ and gold. Monday, I sold gold. From Tuesday to Thursday, I bought gold. GJ, I bought it on Wednesday, and Thursday, I was out of the market.
Kati kugwa wandyagadde dollar isigalenge kirira.
Because Trump, but he's testing your own medicine. So let Trump test his own medicine for some time at least.
By the way, Mr.
Omani, when you are referee, we traders, we are referees. You don't take a side.
By the way, fundamentally,
so, in this game we are in, make sure you are referee. If you
don't take a side, don't take any kind of
you
a side.
may be killed, by the way. You have to be a referee in the game we are in. Even me, I'm the side of USA. But when we are going down, I also go with you guys.
For me, I look at fundamental perspective. And technically, not even the dollar has been weak, but also the pound has not been doing very well. I think it is the chef and is it the Japanese
Chef, do you mean Swiss franc?
Swiss franc,
Okay.
and Japanese yen, and maybe the euro has been doing well, relatively well, and maybe the Swiss franc. Sorry, those are the major currencies, but the pound has not been doing well because it's indecision. It is nowhere to be seen in this sector. I mean, in this chaos. But for me, I don't look at it that Trump is winning or whatever. When you're looking at the technical perspective, I think this is the best opportunity to trade also. But looking it in a positive way and unbiased way over Trump, America,
Let us be the referees.
Don't pick a side.
But
Yes.
I think either way, whether the dollar is dropping, whether the dollar is raising, we traders, we still make money out of it.
True.
That is the good thing with this business.
The main point is making
Money out of the money.
Whether you are selling or buying, the main point of this is to make the money.
That's why this guy went after giving you the feint, I think on that 4,000 he gained like 500 because he's a trader.
When I go back and look into the history, the transaction history, I look at how much Bitcoin I had and then I multiply with the current price. I feel like
we look at every
and
coin.
we say fear, greed, and panic. You were the victim by that time, I think. But
Just
can you still
imagine
make
if-
the same mistake?
Just I cannot, because I learned from that. If I had kept on holding that Bitcoin that I had bought by then, how much more do you think I would be
One
having?
validate
Right?
of-
How
Okay,
much are you
Kakati.
buying now? That is the question also.
That question is not only for Julius, but for everyone who is watching us. You've talked of Euro being fairly doing well. This week, we witnessed the Central Bank of Europe slashing the interest rates
So
to
25 days.
that's 25 basis points, bringing
Yes.
the deposit rate to 2.25% and a marginal lending rate to 2.65%. How does it affect the Euro pairs?
Actually, the pairs in general, the euro has, as we've said, it has been doing very well since the Trump whatever. But this week, it has not done well. It dropped on the announcement of the interest rate cuts. But according to Christina Lagarde, I think the chairman or the leader for ECB,
The president.
European
European Central Bank.
Yeah, the European Central Bank. She said, we can't take sides. For us, we have to look at the fundamentals, what drives our economy. However,
In a simple English, we call it sitting on the fence.
yeah, sitting on your hands and wait what will happen. For them, they don't want to be in the chaos. They still continue because there is nothing they can do. And the interest rates, it is a bit expected because they want to cut the interest. The inflation is going low. Inflation is going down, but the interest rates has to go down with the inflation. If the lending rates are low, it means the economy can do well. People can borrow money to do business as normal. So
waliwo omuntu eyebuuza ekibuuzo kuba tulaba I think this person is new into the forex industry. If Uganda cuts interest rates nekendeza sente omuntu eyebuuza sente zazzaayo, does it boost the economy?
Of course.
Yes,
Because
We borrow money to put it where?
people say
To put it back in the same economy. That means
by
we
the
are
way,
multiplying it.
debt is the way banks create money. And if you want to boost the economy, you have to put the interest rate, the borrowing rate very low so that people can come and
Take
borrow money to put it in the economy,
business.
into circulation. So if the velocity of money is high, when people can circulate the money, like the money in circulation, kyova owulira abamu bagamba nti obwavu butuluma
But
sente
Kasaija
teziri mu
said the Uganda people, they don't pay even if you put the interest rate on zero.
Why don't they pay?
You guys, you borrow money, you don't
You
want
don't
to pay
want
back.
to pay. So
Mr. Julius muwulidde ayogera ku velocity mpulira nga atutwala mu physics ate I wasn't good
velocity
that
of
side
money.
so kati nsaba tukomewo mu economics. My traders right now they are effectively saying we rather rotate with a dovish euro than holding dollar assets that we are not sure of where they are going. Kino kitegeeza ki nti this statement is reflecting on trust issues. Nti kati people since the euro has cut the interest rates, at least there is a bit of trust in the euro area or over the eurozone. Nti at least business is going to boom since borrowing and spending is going to increase effectively. So kitegeeza the economy is also going to improve or to raise. So kakati the euro cutting the interest rates, kitegeeza the economy is going to boom, and we hope to see a bullish euro.
Bullish move.
by the
For
way,
the
that
euro.
is what Trump is trying to campaign for. That is why he's saying Jerome Powell cut the interest rates, because whatever chaos is in, if you're saying we are importing this a lot from China, let people have money at a lower cost or interest so that they do business. They can manufacture. You cannot stop importation of goods, and then you increase all the interest rate when the interest rates are high. So he's saying cut the interest rate so that people can get access to money, and then business.
By the way, like the setup of USA, the governor cannot even fail to listen to the president, but in some countries,
like yes,
the president is the one who says, "Now I will put the governor next year.
Yeah.
I'm the governor now."
By the way, Trump tried to fire Jerome Powell and said, "You can't fire me unless there is a substantial reason why you should." And
why you should be fired?
Why you should fire me? Because I'm doing my job. I can't look at you can't just tell me unless you're saying you're a dictator. So Jerome Powell his term, I think, is ending within 1 year and some few months. So he's saying you can't fire me. I have to look at the data
system,
coming in.
The system of USA, they design it very well. Even a dog can roll.
What I'm trying to say?
Yes, because everyone is doing his job and there is not answerable to anyone.
Yeah, that is why people don't even
that
like
system is very okay.
That they don't like Trump, because for him, he wants something. He puts things as he wants, not as the system. Because he's saying the system is very slow.
How can you appoint the head of Electoral Commission when you're also going to be in that direction? And I'm the one who is appointed. I know I'm trying to say, giving examples. There are systems that you say they are very fake. There is no even meaning of that system. But other systems are designed very well. I wish every country can design it like that way. We live
That
in
is why they are the greatest country in the world.
It is like the other guy who was making rules in trading. He's saying I can move a stop loss whenever I want. Those are not rules.
Do you think he's trying to be a dictator?
No, I think he is trying to put across his point and his manifesto that this is what we want to achieve. That's why you appointed me in the office. If I told you I'm going to do ABCD, there is no way I can do that. I told you I have to to cut the government expenditure. So I have to put an organization which will oversee the government expenditure. He put up Doge. He said if we want to prioritize America or Americans, we should stop illegal immigrants. And we cut off those people, the criminals who come in, even if it is not about criminals, but the people who come in and they overpopulate our employment sector, that even the locals or the Americans can't get employed. So when you look at the earnings have been ditching. There have been the earnings per hour in America have been going down because the people are so many in the labor force that you can employ anyone. The American may like to get maybe $12 per hour, when a Mexican or maybe someone from Singapore can do that for $7. So you cannot employ an American when there is cheap labor.
Okay, you've talked about illegal immigration, and this week we witnessed a discussion between President Donald Trump and El Salvador's president Nayib Bukele. They met, and their discussion was centered around immigration, around geopolitical stuff. Do you think this has an effect on the forex market?
It didn't move the market. Their discussion didn't move the market, but I think it is part of the bigger fundamental perspective of Trump, and he's trying to put the same vision into people that this is what we want, because there is someone who was deported from US he was El Salvador's native, but an illegal immigrant who they say he was a criminal, whatever gang, had so many things. So he was deported to Ukraine, to El Salvador, but I think mistakenly, I don't know how. But I think their meeting was to strengthen that illegal immigrants should be in America. Even in Uganda, we shouldn't. That open borders shouldn't. everywhere should not have those open borders where everyone come. And I don't think every Uganda is proud of the economy we have or the labor force that Kenyans are taking over the executive roles of every business. Look, go into any bank or any institution, even hotels.
In Uganda here?
Yeah, in Uganda. Kenyans are on the top executives. Most of them. When you go to the locals, the low labor force, you find that those they are from either Rwanda, from Sudan, from somewhere. We wouldn't like that
Until
such
you
an
say
economy.
those guys are the big boys in the moving the market. They have moved the market in past. By the way, when we had that meeting was there, we were also scared. It made me remember when I was still young, we were praying those things of boys and girls, and my mom found me. He said, I'm going to report you to your dad. I said, today I will die. When they reported me, my dad said, this is the only boy I have. You come and we'll eat together.
He supported what you were doing.
Supported what I was doing. So when we had those guys are going to talk, our stop process were tight, but they didn't move the market as we expected because what they were talking about, it was not affecting the market.
So El Salvador being a nation that approved the use of Bitcoin into the country, do you think Bitcoin will be affected?
I don't think so, because El Salvador is not like America or these are big movers of the market. It is so silent to an extent that even there are people who don't know that such a country exists. So it is not a market maker or a big move of the market. So we don't expect a lot of volatility from that side.
By the way, it's like even micro strategy of this guy, MicroStrategy only can move the market than El Salvador. Someone was asked, there is a quiz, there's something going on right now on internet. They give you a word and then you have to guess. Someone was saw the word Tunisia. He said, what is that? Is it a toy? Is it? No, it is a country. Now you imagine someone not knowing Tunisia.
Your country,
and so
and
I
those
don't
guys, they think over they have a little knowledge. They were even asking some ready. We the poorest country in the whole world in Africa.
they know. So El Salvador, it can, but I don't think it is a big issue on the crypto market. Right now, the US is making waves in they can even forget any news, from any country, because someone said there are so many fundamentals which is being put under the carpet. And then now looking at the tariffs and whatever is going on compared to what is positive in the market.
We have to agree that the USA are the big boys, especially when it comes to trading in the market. Every news about US dollars, for example, even if CPI, you see Great Britain pound and Japanese yen moving, they affect everything, especially when you find like NFP, you see all the market is moving on US dollar news. So everything that comes from USA, be scared of it. Everything that comes from here in Uganda, even if you don't use the stop loss, you may survive that.
But the dollar is also going down against the Ugandan shillings, meaning at least
the economy is doing wonderfully.
All right, this marks the end of today's podcast. I thank you for keeping yourself with BLOCFI Africa. Please subscribe and click on the notification button so that you don't miss on the next things to come. Before I call it the end, I need your honest advice to the viewers in regards to what has happened within this week, towards what will come, what will we expect to happen in the next week.
Actually, for me, I would advise any trader, just know your risk parameters, know what you're willing to lose, because the market can generally change anytime. You might be in a buy or in buys, and you're in the right direction, but the pullback can wipe you out. So the stop loss will always help you, and don't be greedy. Literally have a plan on how much you're willing to risk and what to trade. That is it.
Thank you.
Me, I'm very happy for the question you asked us today because even my brain is still pumping. But
Okay.
to come on the conclusion, me, if you a day trader, swing trader, and scalper, follow your rules religiously. If you are position trader, me, I'm betting on yes. I'm not a finance advisor.
That is son of Semu.
What I can say on that, honestly, just like they used to tell me when I just got to know about Forex, plan your trade, trade your plan.
Simple. Our followers from Uganda, mbebaziza okubanga mutugoberera, sigala ngo tugoberera, clicking out, sigala ngo funa bingi byetuleta, bingi ebigenda okuyamba, bingi byogenda okuganyulwamu. And the followers from all over the world, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, anywhere, we thank you. We can't thank you enough. Click the share button, share to a colleague so that they don't miss on what we bring for you. Thank you.
Yes, maybe they should also join our free Telegram group.
The link will be in the description.
Yeah, FX Lab, Uganda.
Thank you so much, guys. Nyongera n'okwebaza team eri behind the camera, behind the audios. Thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. You're doing a great job. We really appreciate. Thank you.